Hello, what is going on, everybody? My name is Nick Madrowski, I am your host, and welcome to a very big episode number 7 edition of the GTA show. Alright, so today we have a lot of news to go over. Again, we are using the new format of videos just to get things running a little bit quicker, although this is going to be one of those lengthy episodes because we have 10 brand new screenshots to go over, and we have a whole heap of new info because various companies, including IGN, which is the only one I am looking at, IGN have gotten a hands-on preview with a lot of missions, as well as just basically a preview with the game. Now, I'm not going to be going over the missions. I do not want to read them. I don't want to know any spoilers, so I'm not going to be going over any of the missions, just so you know. I don't want to, see them for myself. Now, I have a whole bunch of pieces of new info here. I haven't read the whole preview. I'll read that in another day, but I've gotten all the new info that we get out of it broken down here into a list, so it's a lot easier for you guys. I have not even read half of it. Actually, I haven't read pretty much the whole thing. I want to be able to review it on the spot, same as the screenshots, which I really haven't had a good look at, and we're going to go over everything of basically all the new details. So let's get right into it. Alright, so here we go. We have the list in my hand, and then let's begin. This is kind of exciting. So this is again from IGN's hands-on preview. So the first bit of info is that the weapon wheel is very similar to Max Payne 3's weapon wheel, but in Grand Theft Auto 5 you can add more weapons. The wheel is broken into subcategories, and I quote, "After scrolling with the stick to the weapon type you want, left and right on the D-pad will cycle between additional individual weapons." So they are divided into subcategories. I'm assuming assault rifles, submachine guns, and that sort of thing. The weapon wheel will also store all your weapons. You will never lose them, even if you get busted or run out of ammo. Now that is a little bit weird. Okay, obviously the running out of ammo thing is a great addition. That is obviously the best thing they've ever done. You don't want to just lose your weapon, but when you get busted, the cops aren't going to let you keep your weapon. So I don't exactly get that. I'm not a big fan of that. I think that should have, stayed in the game. That's a little bit strange. Doesn't really make sense. And with the first line, the weapon wheel, I thought it was going to resemble a bit more like Red Dead Redemption, but they've made it even better. So it's divided into subcategories. So again, Rockstar just keep upping the ante. Okay, the next bit of info is the mission IGN played was called Repossession. Now, I didn't think this was in here. I hope this has nothing to do with it too much. So it's called Repossession, where Franklin and his best friend Lamar are working for Simeon Gatarian. So obviously that's the Armenian drug dealer. Okay, we already kind of knew that. As it says, a dodgy Armenian car dealer. Gatarian teams them up to repossess a motorcycle which has recently sold to a gangbanger who's never made payment. Simeon's dealership has several high-end cars which Franklin can take out and test drive. So that is pretty interesting. So obviously during this mission, you've noticed that you can go out and test drive many amazing cars that this Simeon Gatarian actually has in his, obviously his business garage. So it'll be interesting to see how that works. Both of the main characters and NPCs have over thousands of custom animations. Wow, so certain NPCs will have custom animations to suit what they do. So that, as you just read, that is thousands. That is a lot of custom animations. So really, really interesting, and just every bit of news makes you more excited for the game. Red Dead Redemption and Max Payne 3 have had a huge impact on the shooting mechanics. Well, okay, that's one line in itself. I guess by that they mean that the shooting mechanics are a lot better. Okay, that was really a needless line. The motorcycles' handling is improved, and I quote, "They still feel quite maneuverable, but at the same time they now come with more believable sense of mass," end quote. So obviously motorbikes, I thought they were okay on Grand Theft Auto 4. I know a lot of people probably will disagree. I thought they were okay. They weren't too bad, but I guess they've improved them, which is all, it's always better. So looking forward to seeing how they work. The second mission IGN played was called, and I quote, "Three's Company," end quote. All three protagonists were introduced. Ooh, okay, I guess that is kind of a bit revealing, but hey, it's not a spoiler. It was put in a preview. I guess I can say it. So that confirms we only start off with one character. So there you go, guys. And I think I already knew it anyway. You're all gonna know you start off as Michael. Yes, there's been a lot of speculation who will you start off with, and I did have a pretty clear feeling you would be starting off with Michael. So there you have it. If you've been waiting for it and wondering, you start off with Michael, And yeah, really looking forward to that because he's my favourite character of the three. Chopper controls are unchanged from Grand Theft Auto 4, so obviously, choppers will, whether they'll function the same way, we don't know, but the controls are exactly the same. Each protagonist is a different colour on the map. Michael is blue, Trevor is blue, that doesn't make sense, and Franklin is green, so that's a little bit strange that Michael and Trevor are blue, unless it's a typo in here, I'm not sure. And then we've got a few different colours here, so red. If a protagonist is flashing red on the wheel, it means you, player, must provide support for him or must switch to him immediately. So if he is flashing red, either switch to him or go over to his position with your character. He is in deep trouble. White. If a protagonist is flashing white, it means he has a better tactical advantage or can cover the player. So basically cover us. So if we're in a position where we're in trouble and he, obviously in a mission and he's flashing white, he has a better tactical position, so you might want to switch to him. Chopper mechanics are greatly improved. Again, I don't know why they didn't put this in the same line. And I quote, "The chopper doesn't feel as it requires constant correction once you've got it in the right position." End quote. So obviously that means, you don't have to worry about it too much once you got it in the right position. A lot of, on GTA 4, sometimes when you've got it, going in a straight line, it would sort of creep down a little bit and start descending, which was a little bit frustrating. So obviously they have fixed that. The third mission IGN played was called Derailed, where Trevor and Michael had to hijack a train and steal whatever is on the train. So this confirms that you can not only drive trains, but just like Red Dead Redemption, it seems, you can hijack the train, you can go on top of it, you can go inside it, free roaming inside it, not just, walking inside it like you could on Grand Theft Auto 4. You walk inside it, but you walk around as well, it seems. Again, that is pretty much what it sounds like to me. If it's not, well, that was a bad preview from IGN. So, really looking forward to that. The checkpoint, where I'm up to, yes. The checkpoint system is back from the Ballad of Gay Tony. Once you have reached a certain point during any mission, a checkpoint will be triggered. If you die after you reach the checkpoint, you'll start from the checkpoint rather than starting from the beginning. Thank God for that. I think that is a bit self-explanatory right there. You can put a thermal scope on your sniper rifle, which makes it easier to spot the enemies. Again, more customization. I love it. Thermal scope. Wow, that is a great feature. Thank you very much, Rockstar. I've always wanted that in a GTA game. It won't be as overpowered as it is on Call of Duty because you're not versing other people, and hopefully it's not too overpowered online. But that really doesn't bother me. It's only Grand Theft Auto online as well. Just like in Max Payne 3, you can soft lock on enemies. Again, soft locking, I never use it. I use free aim. I think all the other stuff is a little bit too easy. It's a bit unrealistic. So I'll be using free aim as always. But for those who use soft lock, there you go. It is in the game. The second last mission IGN played was called The Nervous Ron. I think we've heard of that one before. Featuring only Trevor. So Trevor is pissed at the Lost MC for ransacking into his trailer, and where am I? And breaking one of his collectible statues. So, there's a little bit of info about Trevor. So he has one mission on his own, maybe more, but that was a mission on his own, and it turns out his trailer gets a little bit attacked by the Lost MC. But again, it's only small info. Again, it's not that revealing. We don't know how the rest of the mission will play out. There's a wide variety of weapon customization, both cosmetic and practical. So that sounds a little bit interesting. My guess is what this means is scopes will actually make you scope in, perhaps. Stocks will reduce recoil. Extended groups will obviously give you more ammo. I think that one's a bit obvious. And I think one of the screenshots you're going to see in a moment coming up, the screenshots you're actually seeing right now while I'm showing this are not the new screenshots. These are old screenshots, just so you know. But the new screenshots, there is something a little bit different. A lot of people are probably getting mistaken for something else, and I will show you that in a moment. If you throttle the plan too much, the protagonist will turn off the engine completely. That's interesting. IGN had this to say, and I quote, throttle down to cut speed for landing. I throttled down too much and Trevor cuts the engine entirely. Okay. So planes have realistic throttle. So if you throttle too much, you put... Basically, by throttle, if you didn't know what it means in aviation, that is basically gaining speed. So if you push down your throttle too much to gain too much speed, your engines will snap completely. So don't do that in midair or you're going down. And also they say when you're cutting speed for landing, don't throttle down too much when you're landing. Otherwise you will still cut. So if you're going really quick and you're, trying to land, pull back slowly. Start the landing slowly. Otherwise you are gone. So it looks like they've given... aeroplanes full mechanics, which is great to see. Now, the last or the fifth mission IGN played was Vinewood Babylon, where Michael has to retrieve the package from the private jet. Again, we already knew that. New theatre discovered called the Cathaway Theatre. So that's all the details, guys. Again, a few little bits of main info there, and the main ones obviously are trains are now drivable. You can enter trains and all that sort of thing. Obviously the weapon wheel info that's into subcategories now as well. Weapons, they're not only what you look at, but they're also practical as well. A lot of new info. Obviously the red and the white. So if the character is flashing red, they need a lot of help. If they're flashing white, they have a better vantage point. Michael and Trevor are in blue on the radar, whereas Franklin is in nicely coloured green. But yeah, guys, that is pretty much it for the review. I'm not sure if the other websites that reviewed it have any new details. They wouldn't, because it really is the same missions they've watched. So that is pretty much it for the reviews. But now we have 10 brand new screenshots to dodge over, and they're going to be a lot of fun to review, because there are a lot of new tidbits of info that I want to get out for you. Even though I've only had a small glimpse at them, there's going to be a lot to learn about. Alright, so here we go. Screenshot number 1. We've got Michael on the screen. Okay, you're probably thinking, is this post-development, pre-development? It is actually, I guess, right now. I'm assuming later. Now, this, I'm going to guess, is later on in the campaign. I keep saying campaign, I should say storyline. It is Grand Theft Auto 5, not COD or something like that. Michael has a beard, so as you can see, Michael looking a lot older, a lot more like Jack Bauer. Now that is, I'll be honest, that is the reason why Michael is my favourite character. He just reminds me of Jack Bauer from 24 so much. And well, looks like we're going to get the full thing with the beard, so yeah, it's looking pretty realistic at the moment. The game always seems to look a lot more realistic in cutscenes. Again, we already knew that it would. There's no need to complain about that. We know the game will still look great. And now, I'm trying to figure out the location of this. Again, that to me looks like the liquor store, maybe that they were robbing in the official trailer. Oh no, GTA Online trailer, I think. It was one of the trailers that looked like they were robbing. Again, it's tough to tell, but it is on fire. This again brings up the fuel to the fire. The speculation, does fire spread? Because you can see down the bottom, it is there, it's spread up onto the signs. You can even see all the smoke coming out onto the street. That looks amazing. And, well, whether when you blow something up it all goes into flames, obviously it can't, because they might need that building in the future. But obviously it's a cutscene, but that looks great. That looks amazing. So, the main things to notice here, first, is obviously the flames spreading onto that liquor store. I'm pretty sure it's liquor. It looks like it says liquor. Second thing, Michael's beard. He has a beard. This has to be confirmed that it is later in the game. Third bit of info is that white car to the right there. That looks like an Audi, an Audi sort of vehicle, the R8, Audi R8. Obviously, whatever brand, I can't think of what it is right now in-game, but that certainly looks like it's one with the half rings, which is obviously replicating Audi's full rings. And the one bit of info you might not have noticed, well, obviously you've got the extended grip on the rifle. That looks like an M16. You've got the, looks like a stock at the back, well, unless all guns have that. I don't know, it looks like a different stock. You got the 4x optical zoom. I'm guessing it's 4x, or it could be a mini red dot. You've got, it looks like a long barrel, I guess, because he's kind of holding with holes in it. That kind of looks like a long barrel. But most importantly, that is not a suppressor, if people were wondering. Well, it is not that kind of suppressor, though. This gun will still make noise. That, well, okay, unless they've made suppressors not look right. That looks like a flash suppressor to me. So what that will do, what it does in Battlefield 4, or Battlefield 3, it reduces noise. So it will still, it doesn't reduce noise. It's hard to, you can still see you can still hear enough noise probably to alert people. It does reduce it a little bit, but most importantly, it reduces the light, the flash. Obviously, it's got a flash suppressor, so when it shoots, none of that light comes out the end of the gun. It's harder to see, so it will help in nighttime when you don't want people to see it. And I guess that kind of works in with the background setting as it is nighttime. So that, to me, unless I'm mistaken, is a flash suppressor, not an actual gun silencer. Well, they still call them suppressors, but I prefer the word silencer. Alright, let's move on to screenshot number 2. Okay, so this one's pretty revealing. Well, I wouldn't say it's revealing. Gives us more of a sense of geography, but you just can't help but admire how that looks like a real-life city. The lights are amazing. That is just beyond amazing. Looking at this, it makes you feel like you're looking at real-life Los Angeles. Obviously, the geography is not the same, but when I look at this, it makes me think the map is even bigger again than we think. And actually, I was expecting to see in the review where there is a brand new info. Okay, guys, so this is brand new info that you do not know. Rockstar have apparently confirmed that there are about 30 or 40 bridges in the game. I read 50 on Twitter. One of the guys, it was a trusty source, said 50 bridges are in the game now. How can there be 50 bridges? I don't know, so I'm just going to say 30 to 40, but again, it probably will be 50. I don't want to, get mistaken on that, but hey, that's what they said. That's what they must be. So 40 odd, 50 bridges, that's a lot of bridges, but you can see back there, and it looks like there's a little bit more land behind the bridges, so interesting to see how much more there is. You got the Vinewood sign right here. I'm not sure if that pole or that red light, on the satellite tower thing was actually there before. It looks like they got a nice little settlement here. And I really don't know if I actually like that. I'll be honest, I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that, because you don't normally see that red light in the background where the Vinewood sign is, or Hollywood sign. I don't think you do. Same as the little street behind. I've never actually been behind there, but I don't think I've seen that pole there. So that's a little bit interesting, but you can see the lovely lights on the road. The ones that are going down here on the right-hand side that are leading down to downtown. They look amazing. I'm going to guess those are the two main streets there, in between the big buildings in downtown. You can see the Hollywood Bowl there right in the center of your screen, just below the Vinewood sign. If you didn't know what the Hollywood Bowl is, well, actually I should say the Vinewood Bowl. That is the Hollywood Bowl, if you didn't know already. We've got a couple of streets leaning down the left. That highway there down to the left is the one where we could see the Hollywood Bowl. And now it's hard to tell, but you can see the light to the far left on that street. Does that look like a chopper with a spotlight to you? Maybe I'm just getting a bit paranoid. Actually, maybe it's not. But that is where that chopper was with the spotlight looking towards the Hollywood Bowl. So when you look at this, it makes you think, gee whiz, the geography is actually a little bit closer than I thought. And I'll be honest, I thought it's a little bit smaller, the geography between those two, than I thought. I was expecting the Hollywood Bowl to be out to the left a lot more. I didn't think it was in front of the Vinewood sign, so it gives you a big sense of geography. And to the right is the LA Reservoir, or Los Santos Reservoir, which is another mini dam. It's not the Landak Dam. That is different to what is to the right, which you cannot see on screen, but you could see it in a previous screenshot. So that is virtually it for this screenshot, guys. Let's move on to screenshot number 3. Alright, so this is again more revealing, well, I wouldn't say more revealing stuff again, it's just a lot, different, and that is Franklin. I'm pretty sure that's Franklin with the green basketball shirt, jersey, and he's with his good friend Lamar. They are, I've just noticed, is that maybe a map in the background? I don't think it is. It's too tough to tell. Again, I have not really seen these screenshots. I'm trying to pick out things on the spot. So we've got Franklin and Lamar, and there's a shot of what maybe the phones will look like. If you could see in Lamar's right hand, that phone could be what the in-game Android phones are going to look like. Actually, I'm not sure if it was CVG. Someone did confirm they do look like Android tablet, well, not tablets, but Android, phones. But again, they might still call them iFruit or iPhones, basically. So we'll have to wait and see what they do with that. We have a car. I'm not sure what car that is. I can't really make out the brand. I'm not the best with car brands on Grand Theft Auto. Again, I know the main ones, but that is certainly a vintage model. That's all I can say. It'll be pretty fun customizing cars like that. This must be Lamar's garage or something like that. Again, there is nothing to really go on this screenshot, other than Franklin is wearing the colours of, I can't think, it was the Los Santos Fire something. It was the basketball team, basically. There was a baseball team and a basketball team. But without wasting any time, let's move on to the next screenshot. Alright, so screenshot number 4, and we have an angry-looking Trevor. A very angry-looking Trevor. He is wielding a pump. Well, actually, it looks like a semi-auto shotgun. It looks like a double barrel as well. Well, not a double barrel shotgun, but it's got 2 big bullets coming out there. Obviously, that will split into pellets. So we've got Trevor wielding that. He's got that tattoo you can just see coming out of his shirt. And again, a different shirt. Trevor is wearing an interesting shirt. He's obviously blowing something up back where he lives. It looks like that is the sticks area. You know, you can see the mountains in the background. His face looks a lot more detailed, but again, this is just a trailer shot. You can see the veins in his arms. Sorry, I should say it's not a trailer screenshot. It's a screenshot, so they have enhanced him, obviously. Probably won't look that good on the game, but then again, they could surprise us. If you look at him close up on the game, imagine you could see all this. That would blow everyone's minds through the roof. You can't see any of his tattoos really. You can kind of see, well, other than the one I mentioned before, but you can kind of see his knuckle ones, but you can't see his cut here tattoo that well on his neck. Not a heck of a lot to go by other than that. You've got his hair, you know, he's half bald, but that is Trevor, and that is pretty much it for the screenshot. We can see a door flying around in the background, so maybe he blew up a car or something. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So let's move on to screenshot number 5. Okay, so this is I have to say, this looks like a new area. Well, I wouldn't say a new area. Again, this looks like the Alamo Sea. We can pretty much confirm it is. It is really the only big ocean bed. We've got, obviously, a pier, a mini pier here, you know, a marina. Maybe it's purchasable in Blaine County. Obviously, not as good as probably what the high-end marina will look like in downtown, but maybe this one is purchasable as well to put boats there. You know, you've got a few little huts there, whether you can buy maybe a couple of those, I don't know. It doesn't look too big of a little village, but we'll have to wait and see how it turns out. Sharks, I'm guessing, will be lurking in that water somewhere. Again, I've said it many times, they better not be overpowered or they will ruin the underwater experience for me. But we've got a nice look at the Alamo Sea here. Really, again, not a heck of a lot to go by, other than the shadows look amazing once again. The sky looks so realistic. The mountains look massive. They look fun to climb. And we'll see how they go. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this screenshot, guys. Let's move on to screenshot number 6. Again, I have to say, there is not as much to go by as I thought. This car resembles a Sultan RS. I don't think it is. It looks like a much enhanced version. Or maybe it is just customized. Those grills, I'm not even sure what grills are on a car, to be honest. I'm not an expert with cars. I'm guessing it is those things down there. You can see the nice front of the car. That looks amazing. Whether that is what the car originally looks like or if this is customized, that looks amazing. That is one of the best customized cars I've seen. You know, the car itself looks really quick. You got the tires, which look like they're branded Atomic again. You got the Vapid Police Cruiser behind him, chasing down the car. Don't know what region this is. Again, it is at night. You can see the nice light effects on the ground. Yeah, so again, not a lot to go by. We can't make out who is in the car. And we can't make out who is in the police car. Again, it's probably just a cop. But we're just going to have to move on to screenshot number 7. Okay, so we have a little bit of info here, and it looks like this mission is coming from, or it looks like a heist, or I wouldn't say heist, actually. Looks like that mission where the tow truck slammed into the truck, which slammed into the wall, or the van, I should say. But again, we can't confirm that. All we do know is that it is from a mission or a heist, because that is, I'm guessing, I can't actually tell. The hairstyle looks like Franklin, but I think that is Michael. I'm going to go with Michael. He's got a mask on. Now, what gun is he wielding? I'm sitting here trying to think what gun he is wielding. I can't tell. Is that a handgun he's just flipped upside down? Is it a Magnum style revolver? Or is that like something you can throw at the cops? I don't know. I can't really tell. All I know is he's taking some nice cover there with the cops shooting at him. 3 cops you got behind there, behind the cruiser, and it looks like the cops are much smarter. Although they kind of did that in GTA 4, they hid behind their doors, but you know, they just look, you can kind of tell that they're going to be a lot smarter. Other than that, there really isn't, again, too much to go by, other than this looks like it is at the docks or a warehouse of some sort. You've got the truck there, that is a highway clearance truck. But other than that, again, there is nothing else to talk about. It does look like there have been shots fired at him from the front as well. You can see the windshield broken and you can see the bullet marks at the front of the vehicle. But other than that, let's move on to the next screenshot. Alright, so this is a little bit interesting. We have an underwater screenshot. This must be from that mission where Trevor goes down under the water in his submarine. We've got Franklin, maybe? I can't tell you who that is. Or this could be free roam, that could be a random NPC. Again, we don't know. You can see the bubbles there. Trevor, is he just chasing after someone, or is that one of the crew members? We'll just have to wait and find out when we get our hands on the game on September 17. Not much to go by, other than that the lighting effects look amazing, but no rays coming through, so this must be pretty deep down into the ocean, and I don't see any sharks within sight just yet. But don't worry, you'll get eaten up the second you enter the water on Grand Theft Auto 5. Moving on to the next screenshot. Okay, so this one is a little bit interesting. We've got another view of Los Santos, and I think that, I don't know if that the golf, pretty sure that might be the golf course right under the buzzard. It looks like a buzzard. That looks like it has weapons on it as well, so that will certainly fire. You got the, what's the bridge called? We have the Vincent Thomas Bridge in the background. Don't know what the name of it is on the game. We got the US, the Maze Bank Tower. We've got the Mile High Club, which looks like it is under more construction now. It looks like it's gone down in construction. So I am going to say it right now, people. Okay, after looking at this screenshot, the Mile High Club, this is not official. Take it from me, this is not official. But this is coming from me, what I think the Mile High Club at the start of the game will have less construction and will be fully built by the end of the storyline. Done. That is my assumption. I'm going with it. Done. Okay, let's get away from that so I don't get too into it. We can see at the far right of the screenshot, we have the LA or the LSX or the LAX airport. If you look below the buzzard, we have, it looks like we're starting to get into the Vinewood Hills area. You can see it looks like a tennis court in a house. If you look to the slightly to the left of the buzzard, slightly down, I don't know, that could be a tennis court in a house. Again, I said we've got the golf course there, and we've got a lot of roads leading to a lot of roads, basically. So, a lot to look on that screenshot. Let's move on to the final screenshot. Okay, and the final screenshot we get is obviously an earlier shot, or it could be a later shot in the storyline, whether Michael starts off with no beard and then he grows it and then shaves it off again, or he could start with the beard and then just shave it off. We don't know. Or he could start off with it and then just grow a beard for the rest of the storyline. So we got Michael without a beard here, and this pretty much gives you an example of the characters, what they're like, and that sort of thing. So we have Franklin, who looks so badass. He's got the glasses, he's got the, that jacket, the jeans. He looks pretty badass. He's got the haircut as well. He's got the slight, trims into the side of his head. He's wielding the same gun as Michael was wielding earlier. It's an M16. This time without a flash suppressor. This time without a scope, and this time without an adjustable stock. So I was right. It doesn't. That what was on the last screenshot. That was a adjustable stock, because you can see nothing is leaning on him. It is just the end of the gun. You can't tell whether he has an extended grip on it or not, though. Then I'm going to move over to Trevor. Trevor looks like he's wielding that same shotgun as he was earlier. Of course, he's wearing probably the clothes that just aren't as, good as the other two. He's certainly the more cheap option, basically. And if you look at the warehouses here, you can see the door to the right. If they are enterable, and you can see the door up the top, obviously where you scale the ladder, that could be a pretty fun team deathmatch sort of location if you wanted to do one. This is obviously at the docks. You can see Los Santos Navy, I think it says, or Naval Docks, maybe, something like that. But yeah, if it's enterable, that could be a lot of fun, kind of like a paintball arena in a way. Michael, of course, you got there. Again, it just shows he's pretty much, that is Jack Barrow in the making right there. You got the pistol in his hand, a nice silver Glock kind of pistol, or a 9mm. He's got the bag over him. Obviously, they're going to grab some money. Looks like he's growing a little bit of hair on his head, not the facial hair, I mean his actual hair. He's got the nice suit, which could be the one that I was referring to yesterday in the money balance video. That one could be worth $2,000, I should say. Got the belt, and you can see the nice pink on the inside of the jacket as well. You've got NPCs to the left of Trevor, just a little bit up above his head, or just to the left of his head, I should say. Trevor, again, looking at me, looks a little bit like, what the hell is going on? But just to the left of him, you've got NPCs, I guess, talking to each other. I don't know what they're doing. They could be recording this, because this is not, they're wielding guns. But again, why would they be ignoring something like this? I don't know. Or have they been told to just go about their daily lives? But again, I did mention the ladder in the background. You can probably climb that and go up there. So this whole place looks pretty, well, I should say fully explorable. So looking forward to that, guys. And I think that is it. That is the final screenshot. Coming around, we have gone into 30 minutes. That is a long review of these screenshots and reviews itself. I'll be uploading this probably tonight. I don't know. I'll get it out whenever I can. Thanks again for the response for the money balance video. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I discussed money as much as I could, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you smash that like button if you did. I hear there will be previews again tomorrow. GTA Online previews this time, so I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to go read, I should say, the actual preview now myself. Not that I'll reveal anything else, but I'll probably be reviewing the GTA Online previews tomorrow. So look forward to that, guys. Again, as I said, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe for more GTA 5 content. We are, again, just under 2 weeks away now. We go 12 days away here in Australia, that is. Of course, you guys have to wait maybe an extra, 15 hours or so. But we get it first, which is exciting. Don't want to rub it in or anything, but hey, we'll get it around the same time anyway. Doesn't make much of a difference. So as I said, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at The Real GTA Show, because again, when I upload these videos, when I upload it, I give my Twitter followers the link first. I've still clicked upload, but it takes a bit of time to send to you the subscribers' feeds. So if you want to get it first, make sure you follow me on Twitter, where you will get the link straight away before it is actually sent to subscribers' feeds. So thanks for watching, guys, and I guess I will see you guys probably tomorrow for episode number 8 of the GTA Show. Peace. Want to ask me a question? Well, you can feature in a future episode of the GTA Show's Q&A session coming up probably during GTA 5 week. Send in your questions to my Twitter account at The Real GTA Show and use the hashtag AskTheShow. Ask whatever you like, personal questions, Grand Theft Auto 5 questions, it is up to you, and you could feature on the GTA Show.